Probably didn't manage the ball as well as we're capable of, but I think a couple of things with that. You've got to give them credit. When you give the ball away against a Premier League side, you have to work hard to get it back, and I think they're probably a better side than people give them credit for. We didn't quite play as well as we can do, but I still think we gave a decent account of ourselves today, and we had our moments, but not enough of them. We came here with the intention of trying to win the game and made changes, and I think again we've shown that the players that we've got available to come in can do a good job, and we had a little bit of a toy with a different sort of formation, which I think we started the game brightly, but we weren't able to keep possession enough to cause them enough problems in that, so we had to change a couple of times. But I think, all in all, we've done okay today. Well, I think it's a bit silly for people like myself to be talking ahead of ourselves. We're only just over halfway through the season, so we worked hard to get ourselves into a good position in the league, but we've got to sustain that, and it's never easy in what is a very, very difficult division to get out of. So I understand your question, and I think a lot of sides who are in the Championship would aspire to play at places like this week in, week out, and I think it's always a useful exercise for the players as well to test themselves against players who are playing in a division above us. We've got to get our form right over the entirety of the season to give ourselves a chance of doing that. Yeah, I'm not painting a murky picture about today. I think there's been some really positive things today, and I think finishing the game well is always a positive. I think the game became a bit more open. I would certainly concede that we left ourselves a little bit open at times because we were trying to push forward a bit more. But you've got to take a few risks from time to time. I think our biggest problem today was we didn't do the simple things as well as we normally would, and consequently we conceded a bit too much possession against players who are capable of hurting you.
Was that you not doing the simple things, or Stoke stopping you doing the simple things?
Probably a bit of combination of both. I think when you're working so hard to get the ball back, as we had to do, and I think our players showed a lot of discipline in terms of working out of possession. But we didn't quite manage the ball well enough. You can work it both ways. I think Stoke are a decent side. They've got some good players, and I think they've proved today that they're capable of passing the ball very, very well as well. So, it's nice to have different options, isn't it? Danny Drinkwater as well. We decided not to put him at risk today. He's had one or two. Not problems. Again, we've got a lot of players who played a lot of games. Our games programme over the last 2 or 3 weeks has been really hectic, and you know yourself that we've not changed the side too much, apart from the game against Millwall, and again today we've made a few changes. It's been a useful exercise in many ways. The fact that players have been able to get some pitch time, but also people like today. If you look at Lloyd Dyer, David Nugent, played a lot of football. They were exhausted when we played Millwall, but they've still contributed today for a short period of time. We couldn't have gone out there with a similar side to the one that we've been churning out some good results with, because you get to a point where players will hit a physical wall, sometimes a mental wall as well. So it's important that you get the squad ethic right. I think we've illustrated we've got some good players slightly behind the starting 11, but they're not a million miles away. And I think that's important for us, because if we're going to have a good second part of the season, we'll need the whole squad to contribute. And we're working with a small squad, about 20 players, 21 players.